Possibly the sickest pass I have ever seen. Definitely number one for 2023. And of course, it's the number one Eli Tomac on the Weed Whacker Yamaha. He gets a 2-for-1 special getting around Sexton and Webb. And you know Webb, he has racecraft, and Sexton is arguably one of the fastest riders in the world. Definitely the fastest rider in Supercross right now on a 450. For all you Jet Lawrence fans, he is not on a 450. He is on a little bike. So this all started with the dragon back. You've got Sexton taking Webb wide, but you notice that he doesn't actually take him out like Barsha took out AC. Stands him up to where he can't have a good run at the dragon back, and watch Tomac as he just blurps, hitting the trademark super speed that he does, and he ends up cutting down Sexton. Beautifully done. Quick acceleration where Sexton hasn't decided to get on the gas yet, but you can already see the smoke here on this 480p low resolution video. You can tell that Tomac is already on the gas and just blurps right underneath him and ends up not checking up, not giving Sexton an opportunity to pass him back. But since he's got the front wheel, what does he do? He moves wide. In the professional ranks, these guys like to cut each other off. They want to make it to where you're either both taking us out or you're checking up. And what does Sexton do? He has to check up. Lets off, moves over. Tomac goes on to eventually win the night show. It's a little bit of mental and head games there. Yeah, for everyone that says, man, this isn't a crash video, Johnny. Well, you know what? The crashes are coming. So just hold your horses and let's go like Tomac as he holds on for dear life for the big W and the giant 6-figure check after coming across the finish line first at Oakland. What actually happened here? Well, no, he didn't lose front wheel traction. He landed in a hole. Here, we'll just play it in real time. Boom. That was a hole. That was a choppy, just pothole that he landed on his front wheel with. So another angle will show it better. As he comes out here, boom, giant asshole. And he is lucky that he didn't crash. The dude is strong as an ox. You can bet good money that Sexton is going to make a mistake at some point during a night show. And it's really unfortunate because his stock is really high. However, it's not going to stay that way forever because you've got a phenom in the form of an Aussie named Jet Lawrence coming up to take your thunder. So is Sexton the fastest guy in a 450 right now? Oh, hell yeah. Can he be consistent? We don't know. Yes, he's got the speed to win, but his mental fortitude is what's lacking in his program. And what I believe he needs to do is he needs to read books by David Goggins. You Can't Hurt Me, which is a great one. His new book, Never Finished. Love that one. You can get him on Audible if he doesn't like to read, but he needs to pick up a book. There's another good one called Relentless. And the dude just doesn't have a good poker face. As soon as he's getting pressure from Webb or Tomac, he seems to make mistakes. And what happened in the main event again is he should have had this in the bag. But I really think that he's done this section 20 to 40 times throughout the night show between qualifying and press day and the main event, that he knew how to do it. He knew how to navigate through it. This was just, hey, I'm getting caught. I need to go just a little bit faster. And he gets on the gas a little bit too soon and he's leaned over. Well, it's slippery. You're braking. I'm trying to see, did he overjump there? Small little lack of focus, whether he may have overjumped just a little bit and leaned over a little bit too much brakes is what caused that. Potentially maybe getting on the gas just a little too soon, but really it was a lapse of focus that was caused by the riders behind him because of his head. That is my perspective. I want to know in your own words in the comments below. Let's banter. And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button and smack that like button like you're hitting the pylon. That's a bad analogy. That's a good segue to RJ Hampshire. The dude ends up doing the same thing as Sexton. And what did he do in the main event here? Yes, he's got a lot of adversity that he's overcome with potential injuries that he's got within his body. However, man, he was just pushing forward, and front wheel just went over the rut. This is, again, really bad quality here. It's going to get downgraded from YouTube even further. However, I just want to show you, there's the rut. And if he's leaned over and that front wheel comes over it, well, it's just going to push that front end and he's going to fall down. And that's exactly what happened. Push the front end. He fell down. He didn't win the race yet again. Unfortunate, because it was all working so well for him to finally get that W for the year. McAdoo and Pierce Brown. Does this look dirty? Yes, it does. However, I will be devil's advocate here because the line, I thought it was going to actually be going through the whoops and you could potentially slow down enough, which is silly of me to think that, to where then you could go from the inside and accelerate up the dragon back with any sort of speed, because it turns out that the dragon back is actually pretty big. Whoops. And you can't do that. So the fast line was actually going wide. However, McAdoo, I feel, went in here with some ill intent because they've got some history between each other, because Brown has actually hurt McAdoo before. And so he goes in there to totally just take out his front wheel. Nice little slide around. We're going to stop you. Small little brake check and take you down. Was that worse than what Sexton did to Webb? Yes. Was it worse what Barcia did to AC? Absolutely. And if we just have comparison, well, here's Barcia going to the inside to do the same thing, and he ends up just a decent block pass, just pushing him outside. And if he didn't crash, he was going to crash as soon as he hit the tough blocks here. So if I had to rate which one was more aggressive, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know what I mean? But this is Johnny Effenhopper. Appreciate every single one of you guys that are subscribing to the channel. Again, I noticed that boost in subscriber count. It keeps me motivated. These things take a while to make, and I appreciate every single one of you. I got a live show Thursday tomorrow at noon. We're doing a giveaway for a full set of graphics. Awesome to the Patreon and the channel members. And then Friday, I've got another episode of The Shit Show where we're bantering about racing. So make sure you check that out. Till next time. Bra-da-da-da-da-whoa.